this skills training and certification of this skills training that we are talking about. Then you'll ask the question, why is it that you receive training and at the end of it, there is no job? We can look at it in two ways. The training that you receive is training of empowerment. It's training for now and for the future. So even if there are not jobs available presently, when the economic environment changes, you will be placed in a better position to utilize or to maximize the opportunities that will be before you. We have seen what happened shortly after the Hurricane Ivan, where we had a number of persons coming from Guyana, coming to provide skilled labor, in construction in particular, and we know what happened thereafter. The majority of them are still here with us. So we must not look just beyond our toes to understand the impact that skills training would have on your personal development or your future development and employment opportunities and entrepreneurship opportunities for you when you receive that training. Because the training will not only provide you with the skills that are necessary, but it will also provide you with the certification that goes along with it in terms of competencies to provide you with that opportunity for employment and for entrepreneurship development, not only in Grenada, but also throughout the whole of the OECS. Now, in my humble opinion, I believe that this is truly important. So not only must we concentrate on skills training, or must we concentrate on academia for employment, but there are also other avenues, for example, sports. I know that one of the ambassadors said a lot concerning sports, and I must concur with her in terms of what was said about P.T. Martin, because the concentration, I must say, in the development and the focus, most of the time, P.T. Martin would suffer because it is not in the forefront, and that is a reality. So there must be a refocus now. Even if the pie is a small pie, P.T. Martin too must have their share. And in fact, there's a young man, well, I don't know if he's a young person, but anyway, somebody has contacted me since before he came out, and I'm going to have a meeting with them tomorrow to deal with issues concerning sport, i.e. basketball. So I'm going to see exactly what is happening, and then we'll take it from there. But the records will show that there are a number of our young people that were able to build a life economically through sports. And I'm a typical example. When I left here in 1985 to go to the United States to study, I left here through a sports scholarship. And not in basketball, but in football. Ron Lewis is another example. Alan Francis is a typical example. I taught Alan Francis at school. I coached Alan Francis. And he was just like me, just another student. But with the opportunity that he got through sports, he was able to make a name for himself and make a name for the country. So it is not something that is far-fetched. But we have to prepare ourselves for the opportunities. So when the opportunity does make itself available, you must be prepared to take it. And you cannot sit back and wait on government to do everything for you to take up that opportunity. And notwithstanding what was said concerning about the young people in P.T. Martin and in Carriacou, And the main mention about our young people getting involved in drugs, alcohol, some of them becoming pregnant and so forth, which may be true. But Ms. Paul, she's also a product of that same community. So the question I want to ask, why is it that Ms. Paul didn't fall victim to the ills of our society? I'm going to make an assumption. Probably maybe family, probably maybe the home in which she grew up. I don't know. I don't know Ms. Paul, I don't know Ms. Paul. Second time I'm saying Ms. Paul. But the point I'm making is that the family, the home, they have a pivotal and critical role to play in the empowerment of our people and the empowerment of our young people. So we cannot negate the responsibilities and the duties of our parents and the home and the community as a whole, and want to rely solely on government to do everything. This thing is about partnership. It's about integration. And we need to work together in order to empower ourselves. And there are opportunities that are available. There are opportunities that are available. But we must be proactive. We must be resilient in working to get and to maximize on these opportunities. I agree that much more can be done for education in Carriacou and Simmons. I think the government can do much more in terms of making tertiary education available to you young people. But the struggle continues. You have to ensure that even if the college is not offering science and skill training in Carriacou and Simmons, that should be the end of the day. There are those before you that struggle to empower themselves through academia. And you must continue to do so. But government too must set the platform, must set the stage, so that those after you won't have to go through the struggles that you're going through today to be educated at the tertiary level. So after all is said and done, the ball is in your court. And your future lies in your hands. We are prepared to do whatever we can to assist you in developing it. But the first step must be made by you. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simmons. And I think Mr. Simmons gave a very, I call it technical, but a very comprehensive speech. And I think he implicitly looked at some of the issues raised by the two presenters before him. He indicated the relationship between academic development, physical development through sports, and skills training. He went on also in detail explaining how the system of developing a young person in academics is done currently, and highlighted the fact that we had a level of success in academic development, but he also went on to say that the method and the approach to education generally should now begin to change to focus more on skill training. And in that skills training, he indicated that the government has, in collaboration also with the World Bank and other institutions, committed itself to skills training and competency-based examination and certification. He indicated the existence of the National Training Agency and its role in this new approach to education. He went on to say that in addition to both academic and skills training, that sports should now be looked at sort of different to the traditional way. In fact, Traditionally in Grenada, sports has been looked at as a form of recreation and entertainment, but realistically and globally, sports is now an integral sector in nation building, and opportunities could be had for development, for empowerment, for employment, and professionalism through sports. When he gave the example of Ali Frantique. So this three-phase approach he gave clearly indicated an interactive approach for young people to prepare themselves for the challenges that face you. And he went on to indicate that the unemployment situation could be addressed through young people availing themselves or empowering themselves through the three additional channels: academic, skills training, sporting development, so that when the opportunity for employment does come, that you are adequately prepared. Implicitly indicated that it is the way I think you could cope with the current unemployment situation and prepare yourself for future employment. He also went on to indicate that there should be an integrated approach to youth development, that the family, the government on one hand, and the community should all play its part in developing our young people and preventing our young people from falling to the ills of society. Give a perfect example of one youth against the other, but indicating that one youth in the same society, under same conditions, same government, same social environment, and whatnot, may fall prey to drugs, alcohol, and these social evils, while the other young person may succeed. So he's saying that we all have the same abilities, we all have the same potential. He equated the Alan Frantique being an ordinary person, but availing himself of opportunities.